Hi guys, welcome back to another episode here in FTB Infinity Evolved SkyBlock. Oh yeah. You flicker in and out those chests again. Interesting. Anyway guys, last episode we started setting up our logistics pipe system into our storage here. Now I've actually been playing quite a bit since the last episode. So there's a couple of stuff behind here. You'll see I have a cow. And I started building a platform down there to attempt to get some slime, but that didn't work. But then I got the cow, and the cow got me slime by you put a bucket of milk into a barrel of water and boom. To get the cow, I actually used this stuff here, cow bait. 2 feet, that's it. You just put it down on the ground. You need it to be near water, and yeah, eventually you'll get a cow, which is pretty good. Let's quickly sleep. So I've run some pipes underneath this there, and I've created a downstairs, and also yes, I've upgraded this to a improved blast furnace so that we can automate it, and we can just pop down there. And you can see that I have a whole another platform here with some pipes running along here as well. And I'm going to go through what I do here. You can see I have a load of modules here in my inventory. They're all fairly easy to make. They're just kind of potatoes? No, paper and gold and some other stuff. They're simple enough to make. I don't really know if I'm using the right ones and all that, but yeah. But let's get the main ones set up first. So I have here is a request pipe. Now this is going to be the one that you can request stuff from, and I've actually realized I left some modules over here, but yeah, we'll come back. So this is the chassis here going into the drawer controller. Now this is the main one here. So if we put a provider module on here, actually if we use the Mark II one, because this is our main storage, so we want to have most of the stuff in here, we can see that all of our stuff comes up in the logistics pipe system, which is cool. So we can just request stuff now. So we can request a diamond if we want, and it will go. I just have this chest here to catch stuff at the moment, which is cool. So now if we want to put it back into the system, I have a quick sort module here that we can put into this chest. And if we put the diamond in there, and we also need an item sink, and I have a polymorphic item sink. These things, basically, if something exists in the inventory, it will put it in with it. So that's why I'm leaving one item per inventory here. So we can put the polymorphic item sink there, and you can see the diamond has gone back in. Sweet. So this will now filter stuff into the system here. I do have a mod-based item sink over here, where that so stuff from IC2 or Project Red will go into this chest, which is pretty cool. So what else do we want to do? So we can close up this one now because it's done. So now that we have all of this hooked up, we want to keep a supply of steel. So I want to keep always a supply of 64 tin, or not tin, steel. And we also want to do the same with obsidian. So we'll keep 64 obsidian. So I have a active supplier module somewhere here that has this one, 64 steel and 64 obsidian, and it's partial, and I think that's the right mode. It will basically make sure there's always that much in this system here. So cool. So oh, something just requested there, did it? Oh yeah, it's requesting those things because it needs them, but they don't exist in the system at the moment. So let's get it hooked up. So here's the blast furnace. We want to put coal coke in here and iron in here, and we just want to keep it full. I was attempting to automate it using crafting, but it's just the way this is done up here, and it comes out here. It's it's kind of difficult to do. I've a trash can on the back here to get rid of all the slag, by the way. So instead I have this chest here, and we'll put a provider module on this. So that should now request some of this steel. Yeah, there you go. That should make up the 64. So now this will always keep 64, but we will also have another stack of 64 here, which will fill up this. So what we want to do is we want to keep this thing full of coal coke blocks and iron. So that's why I have up at the top here, and we're going to put this here, and this is set to infinite. So we want to just keep this full of iron ingots and blocks of coal coke, and that way this will always be full of steel once this is full. So we'll have a stack here, we'll have a stack there, and then this will have a stack of iron, so we'll have a stack there. So we'll always have 172 ingots of steel on hand before this thing stops. So this is grabbing coal coke now, but it doesn't have anywhere to get it from. So what we need to do is set up this, which has one block in it already, to provide coal coke. So this now has a provider module, so this should pull out the coal coke in a second. There it goes, and it should go in here. There it is. So that will keep that full of coal coke. So this one we want to then keep full of coal, blocks of coal. So I have one more active supplier module here that we're going to put the coal coke, or the coal in. So this should keep this one full of blocks of coal. There we go. And that got pulled out of this. So cool. That is basically all those. And I don't have, I'll just put one there. So these two are now pretty much automated. This will keep on producing steel as long as it has iron. And as long as it's not full. So this is starting to fill up now, you can see. I got these two chests here, which are kind of just my storage chests for stuff that I'm using, and my tool chest. So I'm just going to put provider modules on these things, but I'm not going to put any supplier modules or anything like that. Just simply so that I can access stuff when I'm crafting. So if I am crafting something, once we get to the crafting and the whatever it is in this chest or something, or it's in this chest or something, we will be able to pull it out from here. So you can see there's lots of stuff in this now, and it's all the stuff that is in all these chests, everything up here, and so forth. So yeah, cool. Right, so that's pretty much this done. We have automated steel and coal coke production. Next we have to do the obsidian, because I did put the active supplier of obsidian in here. So this is going to attempt to keep a stack of obsidian in here, but it's nowhere to get it from. So I've made this bit here, and I've hooked it up to my lava generation just here. So because this drum is now full and so forth, this has a thing of obsidian in it. So let's just click under here. We could put a provider module on this, and it should pull out that obsidian in a second. There it goes, and it will start filling it back up with lava, which the water above it turns back into obsidian. And yeah, so that will just keep doing it until I have a stack of obsidian up here, which is going to be cool, because we're going to want to be able to automate the production of like obsidian over here, or crushed obsidian, so we can make the machine frames. I just have this thing crafting a ton of chipsets because I'm using a load for these logistics pipes. So the next thing I want to do is grab these coal blocks out of here, and eventually we'll set up this to deal with all this gravel ore as well. This as well, we're going to want to pull out of this. Hang on, we can probably do that now. So let's put a quick sort module in this thing, which will pull out everything in this inventory and send it off to be sorted. So that means all of my diamonds, my lapis, my apatite and emeralds are now being sent right over there to my main storage area, which is cool. Which is why I took the emerald upgrade off this thing. There's no need to have it there anymore. We can do the same for this thing. We'll just shove a quick sort module into this, which should then pull out the flint, because there's a space for the flint, and it should also pull out the coal blocks into here, which will then in turn go into here. So that means we have now, the coal is sorted. That means we have coal blocks being automatically produced from this setup here into the gravel. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, my power setup is a major problem here. There is no power basically. It's all been used by the lasers. Let's just grab some blocks of coal and we'll shove them into the survival generator. It might at least give me slightly more power. Right. So yeah, the other thing I want to do is we want to have a supply of cobblestone over there as our main supply of cobblestone. So what I've done is I pulled off a mini chest here, which is going to keep a block of a stack of cobblestone in it, and then we're just going to put another quick sort module onto this, and that should send some cobblestone off into the system until the main storage of cobblestone is full, and that way we'll always have a supply of cobblestone down here. Quite a lot of cobblestone, as you can see. So yeah, that's pretty much all of that. So that's kind of a lot of the stuff automated. I did a lot of this off camera, so that's why I had it all pretty much ready to go. And I just took the modules out and put them back in. I do have one crafting module here, and I've set it up on this induction smelter here. It's mainly because I was expanding out my redstone production here, as you can see. Yeah, let's just grab the redstone. Cool. So I'm getting almost a stack of this, which is really cool. So we can put the redstone in here if we want. It will get filtered straight into there. You could see it just went up there. 15 blocks of redstone now. Sweet. So I have this crafting module, and I've put redstone block plus stone equals redstone ore. And I was doing this because if we put it into this induction smelter then, the crafting thing, we are able to request redstone ore, just like that, and it will request the redstone ore by putting the block of redstone and the stone into the induction smelter. That will smelt it down. It takes a lot of power to do this, and then once it's ready, it will request it to this pipe, which is why I have this chest, mini chest on it. And yeah, so that will be automatically doing that. Now, we're going to want to do the same for the metal former, like set these things up, and probably the compressor as well, so we can automate the production of iron plates and things. But I suspect I'll have to do them slightly differently because this thing is slow. I will probably need one for extruding and cutting as well. But yeah, so that is kind of some automated stuff set up and ready to go. Nice. This thing's done, so the ore should be in here. Yes, nice. So yeah, cool. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start, well, there's two things. Like, we need more power. Obviously we need more power, but I want to also automate the production of like all this stuff here. I haven't even been breaking it down more. I've just been throwing it into the smelter and, you know, getting it back. So yeah, it's not exactly, oh, this wasn't actually this, was it? This was this. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so let's just check out what things are like at the moment, and I'll be back in 1 second. Okay guys, so what I want to do now is set this thing up so that we can keep a supply of Inbar and maybe some of the other alloys as well. I thought I had Inbar up here. No. So we can make Invar in the induction smelter, I believe. Yes, we can. So we need 2 iron, 1 nickel. Simple. So let's get a ferrous, which is what it actually is, and 2 iron. I've made up some more crafting modules. I think you have to separate these out. So we want to put 2 of these, like so. What's going on here? Oh, there. And that's going to give us 2 Invar. So let's go cook this stuff up. It's going to be pretty slow though. Oh, it's a lot faster than the other way. Grand. So let's put that as the output of 3 of those. That's cool. And we can put that right in there. Which means that now we will have the ability to auto craft this stuff. We can put this one up here. Ah, I did have Invar already. Let's grab that key then. Oh, how do you reset this? I lost it. And I don't mean the drawers. Ha 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 ha. No. Okay, let's put that back there. Cool. We'll lock it just so that it doesn't get filled with stuff from anywhere. So I do have Invar right here, and I have Electrum. So let's actually make some Electrum ones as well. So that's gold and silver, tin, ferrous, iron. Do I not have silver? I don't. Okay. We'll have to smelt up some silver then. Silver, platinum, silver ore. Let's just grab this one and we'll chuck it in there and leave it go. Okay, so let's just test this out. So if we look up Invar, we do have 3, but if we request a stack, you'll see that we get, oh, oops. Let's just chuck that in there for a moment. It should start crafting this stuff, which it has. And it's pulling it out itself and putting it in here where it should be. Cool. So what I want to do then is, using the active supplier again, we can use the same one, I think. The active supplier. We're gonna put this in here that it will keep a supply of 64 of these in here at all times. So we'll always have I was shift right clicking there, by the way, if you wanted to know. That was annoying. So this should now make sure that we have a 64 Invar at all times in this drawer, which is cool. So we'll always craft it to make sure that we have the 64. Nice. It's probably still going to be doing that. Yeah, so we want to do the same with the Electrum as soon as we have silver. I think it's just a 1-to-1 relationship for the silver gold. We can put it in here, and that gives us Electrum. Like, you use a lot of this stuff in Infinity mode. So yeah, 1-to-1 is 2. That's fine. So we get 2 Electrum for 1 of those. Oh, 1 of those. And 1 of those. Except for some reason that decided that it wanted to put 3. It's very finicky. Right, there we go. So let's just drop the rest of the stuff in here. And drop this one in here. So this should have more than 64 now, so this should not be crafted anymore. No, it's not. So if we do this one in here as well, now we should be able to request Electrum. We have 6, so let's ask for 10. So it should request the 6, 5. Oh yeah, because it needs to leave one in here at all times. So it's got 5 there, and it's going to try and craft 6 here. So there's 2 gone and 2 back. Sweet, this is so cool. Once you really start to automate this stuff, it is super cool. And yeah, and we'll do the same thing here. So we'll tell it to always keep 64 in here. This is not going to go well for me because I do not have that much silver in the system, but at least it will try and do it. And once I put more silver in, it will be fine. I don't even have silver in the system, do I? Hang on. There must be silver in here. Nope. There's no silver at all. Right. Weird. I don't know where it all came from then. Okay, so I'm gonna just, I know it's a waste of what I'm about to do here, but I'm gonna take this whole stack and just melt it down so we can have some silver. But the next thing we want to do is automate this coming into ingots and stuff, but that's gonna take a lot of resources, and I need a lot of Inbar and stuff to get that going. There was even a reason why I needed Inbar. Oh yes, because we want the hammer, the automatic hammer from X Astrus instead of the hammer from X Compression, because this one we can put fortune upgrades in, I think. So we want to do a weighted pressure plate. It's 2 iron. Oh, all my pipes are in there. Oh, we got that in there. So we need that. We don't have enough iron. Right. I need to melt down some iron as well, it seems. Okay, I'll come back in a minute once we have everything. Alright guys, we're actually gonna leave it there for today. I figured out where the silver was going. It's IC2 silver, so it was going into this chest and coming from there, but I've put it up here now. So we can do that. So I put a load in, so now this should be filling up, so we should have 64 Electrum as well as Invar. Awesome. Cool. So guys, I'm gonna leave it there. On the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna automate our ore production properly. To a point probably. We might run out of resources though. But as long as I have the ore dust, I can chuck it into the smelter for now and melt it down that way. It's just kind of a waste doing it from the gravel at the moment, because you're missing out on like 6 or 7 iron bars or bars per each one. So we'll leave it there, and on the next episode I will get the hammer made up before then, and we'll do that then. So guys, I will leave it there for now. See you later.